the hell are you?
Here we are. I'm good. It's been a busy weekend, but, you know, Stay lovey.
God, hell yeah. I've been working.
I know. You've been a busy guy. Sorry, hold on. My friend's video game's playing in the background.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's super into Mario right now.
Mm-hmm. So I figured, we can record here and have a good time, and I'll just send you my video, and you can have fun with it and do whatever you want with it, and I'll just throw audio out.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
or share it back. I don't care.
I scaled back just because video. I don't know. I've just been in a funk, so
I hear you.
I was just gonna release the audio too. I think
sometimes it's
easier.
Okay. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
So everybody just decides that we need video, and I don't know why. They need to stare at us while we're talking or something.
Right, but what's the point of a podcast? That's kind of where I'm at this point.
Yeah.
Like if some episodes don't have video, that's okay. If others do, that's even better.
I find out that the clips are what I appreciate, and I think it's fun to put out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But then I'll go through like episodes and I'll like put my markers in, and then I never end up making the clips.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
Well, come on, get it together, Alicia. What the hell?
I'm trying.
Me too. Last week was the first time I didn't record. It's been hell at work. We sold half of our company, and so we transitioned into different roles. And I got a new schedule, so I work 8 days in a row, and then I get 6 off. So I work pretty much every Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
So I get every other weekend off, which is great because you get those 6 days off. It's like a mini vacation every other week. But it's been hell trying to transition back over. And on top of it, when they took all of our help away to another company, it falls on our shoulders to where we're getting worked.
Oh, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah, to fucking death. I mean,
oh, man.
Yeah, I've had a few 16-hour days, and the night we were supposed to record the other night, I was out at work, and I was trying to save the world with the oil field.
Yeah, and then I felt bad because yesterday I had been at my mom's, and then she ended up leaving to go somewhere, so we parted ways, and I left my freaking purse in her car. I'm just the worst. If I didn't have my head attached physically, I don't know. It's amazing I made it this far in my life.
Oh, the shit that we've done over the years. I love it.
I know. I'm just half the time like, hang on there, girl. Hang in there, baby.
You're going to get through it. You're in your 20s, goddammit. You've got to make it at least to 50s, 60s.
I know, but they do say that females, like, age faster than men. And then I had babies young. And so I just feel like mentally I'm probably, like, in my 50s.
Well, that's good. Then you got that mature view of life.
I guess. But then everyone else in the dating world just sucks and is juvenile to me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, us older men are definitely more mature, and
well, you'd like to think, right?
Yeah, we'd like to think, but I still do stupid shit myself.
Yeah,
I do.
I mean, sometimes.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you got to, just because you gotta cut loose every now and again. But I just feel like with half the crap, I don't know. Like at the end of the week, especially with your job, I mean, since it's so labor intensive, you gotta go tip some cows, Quinn.
Tip some cows. Yep.
At least every blue moon.
Every blue moon, go tip some cows so we can get some nussies.
Yeah. Let off some steam there.
Let off some steam.
God.
Oh, I think country life, what we did for fun was we partied a lot. We had big bonfires and keggers, and we did go up the canyons and do things like you guys do out there, but we did a lot of like catfishing.
Yeah.
Go sit on the bank.
You ever noodle for some catfish?
No.
That just terrifies me.
Well, we got the Green River here, And the Green River's massive. And I think if we were into shit like that, we'd have a lot more dead teenagers because the river's massive, you know.
Yeah.
Where did Joe go? I have no fucking idea. He was noodling a minute ago.
My dad, he almost died on the Colorado River as a young father, and it was during runoff season, and they just weren't equipped and got stranded on this confluence area in the river, and we're stuck there for 2 days because the river was so high. And so the funny story is I've heard this story my whole life, but I was only 1 year old, and it was his first Father's Day. And so my boyfriend's like, he's getting told the story. He's like, well, what were your thoughts when you thought you were going to drown? Because they capsized, and, you know, it was a scary moment. And he's like, it was guilt. I felt guilty because my kid and my wife were home.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, like, they ended up getting found by search and rescue because it'd been a couple days, and they were coming out with, like, bombs to see if they could find any bodies like that. It literally got to that point. And so my dad's favorite, what a trip, right?
Oh, what a fear, man.
Yeah, but my dad's favorite part of that whole experience was when they were getting dropped off at home. All of my family had flown into Colorado. Like, my parents lived there at the time from Utah. And so as my dad's rolling up, he's covered in blood from all the mosquitoes. He's missing a shirt because he's using it as a shoe because he lost the shoe and almost drowning. And right as he opened the front door, death plant was delivered, like, from my mother's work. Like, our deepest condolences. We're sorry for your loss. And to this day, he still has that freaking plant, and it's huge. And he calls it his death plant. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've got a divorce plant. We got a divorce plant.
A divorce plant.
And it's not from me. It's my son's girlfriend that he went to school. Not school. he was dating right in college, and then all at once he's like, "Yeah, I took that in the divorce." So it's the divorce plant. We've passed it around in this house. It's
yeah, everybody understands that, or could.
I have a friendship plant at my parents' house. I got when I was 5 years old, which is like 41 years ago.
Yeah, that's an old plant.
Oh, it's huge. It's one of those spider plants that, you know, has the big broad leaves in them.
Yeah,
Yeah, and my parents are always like, "Hey, you need to come out here and get this." I was like, "I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want more responsibility."
It'll take the whole space in my front living room. You know, it's funny. I love plants, but you know, I have a child and now a dog and a cat.
I'd seen the dog. What a cute little dog.
I know. I got a little dog, but for some reason, I just cannot keep my fucking plants alive, man. And it's not a lack of trying. I've started a new method. I think I just, like, want to love them too hard, so maybe I overwater them.
Yeah.
Because they're mostly succulents, but...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I've also started telling everything that I love it. And I think if you, like, kind of butter everything up, even if it's I can't say that word ever. Anodiment. What the fuck word is it?
Inanimate object. Now you got me doing it.
Yeah, it's a hard word.
Inanimate
object.
Yeah.
It's like, everything needs a little love, even if it's not living. And I feel like I've seen a growing success rate since I talk to my plants. Oh, look at you.
See what you
got another sprout. Oh, you're beautiful.
You got to grow cannabis. And then you'll be like,
no.
This is my girl.
That is something I plan on doing in my later
Hell yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Maybe retirement years. I got to get through this oil field bullshit first, but
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you have those 6 days off, but 8 days on, man, like.
Yeah, it's 80. You get your 80 hours, and then they give you 6 days off, and then you come back. It's a really good shift. I've done it before. I've done it 2 other times. The first time I did it, I did not like it because my kids were still in school. And I was like, I want to have the days off that they're off. But as they get teenagers and shitheads and they get a little bit older, you don't spend as much time with your kids as much. They're off.
Right.
chasing girls and guys and partying. And so
they're begging you not to hang out with them.
Yeah, you're like, well, why is Dad home again? You're like, honey?
Yeah, don't you have to work or something?
Can you go to work? But I did do a lot of honeydews.
Go water your plants, yeah.
I built the studio that we're in. I built a whole backyard, put a hot tub in and a sauna, some horseshoe pits, and kind of build a little oasis because we're like travelers here. I spent a lot of time in Mexico just as well as you do. And Angel would be pissed. Angel would be pissed because he's like, that goddamn Quinn's traveling all the time. But yeah, it's our pastime. We love doing it, you know. But
I love it. I mean, I'm a big festival goer as far as raver.
Yeah,
but
you're a
it's
raver.
time for me to hang my rave cap up, and because I want to travel and not for shows outside of state. I want to like go on a vacation. You know what I mean? And so I'm getting too old to rave.
I was going to say that rave seems like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It's camping and then dancing in 100-degree heat and then if you are on
then you go teepee creeping in the middle of the night, don't you?
No, but there were some interesting characters.
I'd imagine. You're like, who are you coming into my tent?
No, so like we had our little tent group together, the people in our group, and
we call that swingers, Alicia. Here,
no upside down pineapples here. I promise.
Perfect.
I promise. But no, it's kind of funny because like the very first day, like we set up this little canopy area for breakfast and cooking and stuff, and this Korean gentleman who I don't know stumbles into our tent, just literally like can barely speak or make a sensical sentence, you know what I mean? And it's like early, it's like 9 a.m. because it's so hot you can't sleep in those tents, you know?
Oh yeah.
And so we're already all up, and he just waddles on in and just sits down in one of our chairs, and he's like, "What's up?
What's happening?"
And you know, you're used to like meeting people like in that scenario, like people walk around and like meet other people from out of state or whatever. But this guy was weird, and he was tripping on something. Like I don't know. And so I ended up going for a walk, and we come back, and he's still there like 3-4 hours later. And we're at the point where we're like, okay, like we don't want to be rude, like plur is plur, you know, peace, love, unity, and respect, but that only goes so far. Like, you're fucking annoying, man. No, you can't have any more of my beer. Like, get out of here, right?
And he's like I want to sex you, right?
Literally. He told my son Bailey, he's like, that girl, I want her to be my other half. And like, Bailey is like a freaking model. Like, she's just drop dead gorgeous. Everybody wants to be Bailey's, man, you know? And and we just kind of look at this guy, me and my other girlfriend, we're just like, okay, like, it's time to go. So he finally leaves, just still twacked out of his mind, and he ended up forgetting his cell phone, all of his personal belongings in our tent. We didn't even know this guy's name. And everything on his phone was like set up in Korean and with a thumbprint. So every time someone would call, like we couldn't even answer the phone. But anyways, long story short, we copied the number and called from one of our phones. And it's this girl, and she's like, "Hi, where have you been?" And we're like, "Actually, like, we're looking for your group of people. Your friend left his things in her tent." And she's like, "What do you mean? He's supposed to be here at the airport to pick me up." And we're like, "Oh, well, he's definitely still here. And trust me, friend, you do not want him picking you up from anywhere because this guy is tweaked out."
He's trashed.
Yeah, but she had flown all the way from Nevada to Washington to go to this festival, and dude was supposed to be her ride. Like, he was supposed to pick her up, so that sucked for her. But,
Oops.
it's just always interesting scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
That play out for sure at those kinds of things. And, oh my God, so the first night, this is like Quincy, Washington. This is at the Gorge.
Uh-huh.
The first night, a dude got arrested. He was like pacing back and forth outside of the entrance, which is scary because we were in like Gold Camping, which is like a 5-minute drive from the entrance to the venue, or walk, sorry. But this guy was like seen pacing back and forth and asking people like, hey, when does the event end? And he ended up getting arrested and had a couple 9mm pistols on him with ammo and a makeshift gun. And so... Holy shit, yeah, like, I had my shit stolen the last night I was there. My phone, my really expensive glasses and jacket.
Didn't you just lose a phone too, like in Mexico, or prior to that?
No, it was prior to that. Like, my phone just broke. I have really bad phone luck. Very bad phone luck. It's like for real.
It might be the rave there.
Yeah, I think that's probably some of the case. But anyways, someone stole my shit the last night, and so I couldn't get a hold of my parents. And my dad heard about that incident, like, through a article or whatever, and he was freaking out, rightfully so. But I don't know, like, you hear about scary shit like that happening, but most people think it's nothing like that could ever happen to them. So,
and you're a female and you're targeted. I mean, when it comes to like sexual trafficking and shit like that, I mean, you go to these parties and then everybody's doing drugs and stuff like that. They're like, you're an easy target. So, do you ever feel vulnerable at these, or do you walk around with like mace and shit? you know?
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, it's moments like those that are very sobering and just kind of make you have to take in your surroundings and like who you're with and kind of do like a self-check-in. Like, am I cool? Like, would I be able to like know where to go if shit popped off? Or like, I don't know. You have to like keep your head and wits about you, especially with all the bullshit that's been going on.
Yeah, but make some pretty goddamn good stories there, Alicia.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's my life, man. Like, I joke all the time. I'm a walking Jerry Springer shit show. I mean, I could quite literally like live under a rock and bullshit would still find me, and it does.
Oh,
it does
wow.
In work, in my job, in my private life, and in all my relationships. It just popped off. Like, I can't have a boring, quiet life.
That's why you got a podcast. Now, you should probably write books, too.
Well, that was my goal as a kid. I wanted to be a novelist, and then I guess it turned into podcasting.
Podcasting, because it's easier and it's more exotic.
I don't know. Like, I think it was more to prove something to, like, a family member that said something to me, right? Because I talked about starting a blog for forever, and it was a couple Thanksgivings ago, and I was like, I'm going to start a blog or do something. And she's just like, whatever, you've been talking about that forever. At this point, your little sister should start a podcast or something because she's funnier than you.
Yeah.
I'm out on my deck, so I'm right next to all the trucks. But nice. I was like, well, fuck you. I'll show you. And that's kind of where it all started. But at this point, like, I'm trying to pull my head out of my ass. Podcasting is easier in some senses, but it's really not. Like, I mean, we've talked about that many times. There's a lot of background detail work that a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
So
the thing about podcasting is it has its ups and its downs. Just like I've been in a slump this week. My co-host, bless her heart, she was with us and everything and did a really good job. She had to sever ways and actually go with her family. And she wanted to get out there and tell everybody, that she's sorry that she's not there, but she's quitting for her family reasons and stuff like that. She wants to spend more time with them. But it has its challenges and its ups and downs. I've been through 2 co-hosts with me to where you get to the point where you're like, what am I doing? Do I need to keep going?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Right.
it's not like we're getting an income off this. We've been doing it for fun and letting people tell their stories and meet new acquaintances. But
right, and I'm very much trying to get back to where it's fun again. Right?
Yeah, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, it's a job. I got to do this. I got to do this. But you want to settle down and relax, and that's basically where I'm back at it right now. I don't know if I'm going to continue with a co-host. I think that I
don't think you need one.
No, I think I just need to reach out more.
You know, and in all honesty, that might be the direction that I have to take as well, because, you know, bless Sarah, but she's a young mom.
Oh, hell yeah. It's understandable.
Family, and it totally is. But, you know, it's just, at this point, and I think that's something people don't talk about often enough, right? Just because, like in friendships, right? Or any relationship. It's okay if you guys grow apart. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have to be sad, and it doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. It's just the way that life works, right? Like, people come and go, phases of our lives. Like, life is epically ever changing, and so I don't know. I just think it comes with, I don't know, the routine of it all, right? Because you try to get into a routine with podcasting, but sometimes, you know, just got to go with the flow and just see what happens, like everything else.
And all at once you get an angel in the background that says, "What the fuck, man? Get your shit together. You got to keep going. You got to keep going." I wasn't even going to do a podcast, and he's the one that talked me into it. And I remember, I shared your podcast with him and said, "Have you heard of these girls?"
Really? I didn't know that.
He's like, "I only deal with local podcasts, Quinn."
Oh, well.
And I was like, they are local. They are local.
Yeah, it's, I know. Shout out to Angel. He's upset at me right now because I was supposed to record with him while I was in Washington, and then I lost my phone, and you know, my life, man. So I love you, Angel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting there.
You are, and that's why I'm reaching out to you is actually, you know, sometimes just an audio podcast. Some of the best podcasts have been just a phone call. You know, I mean, so Mariah does it week in and week out like this.
I know, and my episode that drops tomorrow is also just another phone one. You know, since Sarah's been traveling and just busy and stuff, and I've been traveling and just having a mental health break, phone calls have been easy, for sure.
It is, because you're in your own space. You can go out and relax and just talk and have a good time and get to know somebody else at least. Hell, somebody listens to us.
I know.
You're like, I don't know why sometimes.
You'd be surprised. I know. I think about that sometimes, but I don't. It's been a while since I've thought about checking statistics and whatnot, because that shit gets old quickly. But
it does.
I don't know. It's surprising when you see numbers sometimes. Like, oh, I mean, like,
what was different between the last two podcasts? I don't understand.
No, it's like I have to remind myself that people do actually listen and care. Like, I had so many messages, especially when I got my phone back, of like, "Are you dead? Are you guys still podcasting? What is going on?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I have to speak to the people." I have to remind myself that there are people, who do tune in. I'm like, okay, I need to be. This is my baby. I'm gonna be responsible for it.
Yeah, you're the boss. Drive this one.
I know.
Nah, you're doing good. But you guys have some good stories. And I mean, everybody gets in a rut. I've been in the rut, and I like rutting. That's my favorite thing in life. But
I mean, you know what? Like, I think when you're in those rut scenarios, some of the best stories do come out of it, right? Because you're growing from being uncomfortable and having to face new things. So
yeah,
I live for it. PMA.
Oh, yeah. So the good news is the 8 and 6 schedule that I'm on, I actually have more time to actually make it down to the city to record with the people that are all out there like, yeah, he's unsociable. Well, I do live 2.5 hours away.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you really are in the boonies.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's the traffic's getting horrible because the oil field's booming right now, and it's such a small town that it's full of semis and trucks back and forth into the oil fields, and it's like, wow, you can tell that oil prices are up right now. So, yeah. But money's good, and
polygamists hate this booming time of year.
Yeah, it's here for a little bit, and it usually changes president to president. So we'll see what happens with the next one. He'll probably drop. So I've been through the ups and downs of the oil field for years, but I've been with the same company for 21. So,
oh wow,
oh yeah, it's been a good living, and I was working construction in Salt Lake before I came out here.
Well, so how'd you get into oil?
You just chance into it. I got a phone call. I was working at the McCady Hospital when they built the new one. They're like, hey, wow, I'd like you to come in for an interview as a welder's helper. And I was like, I'm not a welder's helper. I'm a journeyman insulator right now. So.
Oh, so you were a journeyman.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I worked in Local 69 out of Salt Lake. The number's great.
Wow.
Shout out to those guys. They're still good friends, but I haven't been with them for 21 years. But I can still go back anytime I want. But the oil field's been my home since. And I mean, I went through, hell, I was a welder for 10 years out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so now I'm in gas operations. They can actually call me midstream operator. So
midstream. Hello, operator.
Yeah. Operator.
Ooh, yeah.
Hit smooth operator.
Yeah, you gotta hit up Mr. Smooth Quinn. Maybe that's what we should start calling you.
This is
Smooth Quinn.
This is the mighty Quinn, the smooth talker with cool jazz. Cool jazz.
Yes. That's perfect. No, and that's got to be in your intro now. Mighty Quinn, smooth talker.
You have a smooth talker. Would you like some smooth jazz?
Do like some smooth stories there. We're just going to soothe your drive home. Hello, Becky, and your two sister wives. We're hoping you're having a lovely day. God.
Not me. I'd take the ride home and I'm listening to the trippy hippie out there.
Oh my God, they would hate me. I bet I would be crucified, like literally.
Well, you know what? I've actually been through that out here with co-hosts and tried to keep them, and you're like, you gotta filter a little bit, I guess.
So let me ask you: is it hard to find co-hosts because it's such a religious area out there?
I think it's commitment.
Yeah, I mean, it takes up so much time.
And I'm so easy. It's like any time of the day, if I'm home, let's record if you want. I don't care. It's only an hour. I don't need some of those Joe Rogan podcasts. I have done a couple hour ones, almost 3-hour ones. And honestly, you lose content. You lose people listening. So I found out an hour works for me. If you go over a little bit, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? But if you just plan for an hour, it goes pretty smooth.
I know. I always try and bank for like 35, 45 minutes because I'm like, see, that's not too long. It'd be fine if I had to like edit or put anything together. But then I get chit-chatting away and I like, next thing I know, I look at the fucking Roadcaster and it's like hour 34. I'm like, oh God.
I got to start pushing record on that thing. I just usually record to the PC, but I guess if I push record, I can tell where I'm at. But
you have a Roadcaster, but you don't record on it?
And I was at first, and then I just decided just to go straight to the PC.
Oh, I love my Roadcaster.
I do too.
You know who recommended that?
Angel.
No. The godfather of
Dre Rocca.
Mr. Dre Rocca.
Yeah, Mr. Dre Rocca. Yeah, I started out with a little single. Actually, it was a dual little microphone thing and some cheap mics, and it was okay, but it didn't have the sound.
I literally like started off with 2 USB mics that were maybe like $22 off of Amazon.
Yeah, same here.
And Sarah and I were literally like recording in like a curtain covered corner in my kitchen. Wow, say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, in my kitchen.
A curtain covered corner in my kitchen.
My curtain covered corner.
Oh my gosh, yeah, but it's definitely fun to see like how far you come in anything you do, you know. So
yeah, the video thing was one of the hardest things for me. I mean, like I said, I like the clips and everything, but the video is like, who is going to watch an hour on YouTube of me just talking to a camera?
But then again, like people watch really weird shit. Like I had to take YouTube because it's the devil off of my TV, the app. Because my son knows how to log into YouTube now, and some of the shit that even comes up on kids' YouTube is fucking weird. Like, people get paid to, like, eat ice, like, ice molds, this thing, this weird shit. Where, like, people make animated things and say they are for kids, and then you walk into the room and they're, like, the cartoons are, like, stabbing each other or something. It's like horrible.
Well, that's the thing that scares me about TikTok. You get on it and you're like, all right, check this girl. She's moving. She's, that's good dance. And then you find out that she's like 14 and you're like, I'm a fucking pedophile. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
It's all genres and you just don't realize it. You're like, okay, cool. She's dancing.
You're like, it's the fucking algorithm in TikTok, man. I swear to God, the videos just keep popping up, and she was referenced, man. Like, oh no!
Mine go back to OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
It's like, how the fuck did we get on OnlyFans right now?
Yeah, you're probably not alone. That's probably how a lot of people like advertise and stuff, huh?
I guess they get on it, and you're like, oh, she's singing, she's having a good time, and then you click that you liked it or something like that, and immediately their friend requesting you, and you're like, hey, baby, or Snapchat. The Snapchat one's good. And do you ever just lead people along on them? Because that's fucking fun. They're like, hey, baby, where you at? And you're like, well, I'm on 7th Avenue. Where are you at? She says, oh, I'm right there. I'm right there. And you're like, okay, I'm at the Maverick. Okay, I'll be right to the Maverick.
That's more me with, like, people who call to, like, ask me about my car warranty.
Oh, yeah.
And need shit like that, or fraudulent bullshit like Robert, who's actually probably like Indian, you know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
I fuck with those people. Like, oh no, this isn't Alicia Sandoval. This is actually her sister. Alicia Sandoval died a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna have to take her off
with you a long time.
Seriously. So, but no, like other than that, like I barely have the energy to like respond to people, and don't hate me, my listeners. It's nothing against you. It's just again why I took a break. But like I barely have enough energy to respond to people who text me. I mean, like anything on social media is just like an extra chore at this point. I literally have to like sit down and dedicate time and be like, okay, because I don't like giving half-ass responses. Like I want to be able to like reciprocate the energy that people are like taking the time out of their day to message me about whatever it is. And no, I don't have time to fucking fuck with people like that anymore. I get too impatient. Like I'm like, sorry, man. Like, no.
Oh, I'm patient. I'm patient with you. I don't care. I was like, she'll get back to me when she's ready.
No, I couldn't stand people or string anyone along. Like, the dating app thing, couldn't do it. Just because it's like forever the introduction stage. Like, you know what I mean?
Is it?
Like it's just so much work that it takes almost. And so I'm not talking about like anyone in particular, but like what you were saying about, like I play with people. I'm like, I could.
Oh, yeah. the dating apps are like a new thing. It's not for me, but I mean, we didn't have that in school. I mean, how fucking cool is it? I mean, in general, but how scary is it as well?
Well, that's how I feel. I always feel like it's disingenuine or it's like nobody on the other end of the phone is going to give a shit. Like, this is the fifth person who's asked me to tell them something about myself, and it got to the point where I was like literally copying my text from multiple people and sending it to other people because I just it took too much time to type it out over and over again.
You really? I just sent you a picture, and now you want a whole description of me? Fuck off.
Literally. It's like,
here is me.
Like,
this is my package.
You want to just meet up and like get coffee? Like, it'd be easier for me to do it that way, but I just...
Is that how that works? I mean, is that the best place? Put yourself like in a coffee shop where you're not drinking, where there's a lot of people to where you kind of can fill out the chemistry there?
I think that's probably the best idea, just because, I mean, you could always like hang out longer if you want to go somewhere else that you get a good vibe, but no, I'm on the fence. I've definitely watched way too much true crime in my life to trust the dating app. Like, I actually blew off a guy one time. Well, I've had a few really weird instances. Like, I'm infamous for having poor choice in who I date, and that's okay. Like, we all are. I'm on my own pace. I'm learning every day. But just after my separation from my ex-husband, there was a client of mine who stalked me a little while because like, he was just too much. Like, we went on one date and it was just awkward. Like, I wasn't really feeling it. And then, like, he would literally just, like, come into the salon and just, like, sit in the lobby and watch me work. And it just got really weird. Yeah. And I did have to blow him off. And then... Not
literally, right?
Not literally, no.
Had to put my pun in there. Just had to put the puns in.
I made it. I made that too easy for you.
I know. The first time I was like, I wonder if I should do that or not.
No, but he also worked for the Air Force, so it got to the point where, like... I had made contact with, his lieutenant, and it was just, no.
Shitty.
But he was obsessed with, like, Disney. And I've had an episode about this guy. Yeah. I don't know why I'm going on the tangent about this is why I'm nervous to date people and why I've... Anyways, this guy was obsessed with Disney, had a giant-ass Disney castle tattoo on his back with all the Disney characters. Wow. I mean, just an odd ball, yeah. And then another guy. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I watched too much true crime. It's all coming full circle moment right now. Okay. Then there was this other guy who I went on a double date with, who seemed nice enough, and he's totally gonna know who I'm talking about when he hears this because he was. But all love to you, dude. We're cool now, but he came on really, really strong too. And so, like, we planned to go out on a second date the following weekend. And during that whole week, like, he was texting me nonstop throughout the day. And it got to the point where he was like, I think I love you. And I'm like, dude, I met you once. Like, I'm and so, like, usually I'm okay with confrontation, but he asked me to go to, like, the second date was supposed to be like a picnic up at Snow Basin, just the two of us, and I may have smoked a little bit of a J, and on my way to the date, I was getting paranoid. I was like, wait, shit. Like, we're gonna go on a hike together, like into the wilderness, and like, obviously Snow Basin, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know this guy, and it's probably me psyching myself out, but then that is the only time, and I'm ashamed of this, but that is the only time I've blown someone off. Like, I was straight up, I didn't go. Like, I just didn't show up. And the crazy thing is I cut his hair now.
He's like, you remember when you stood me up? I know where we sit now. We're at friendship level now.
It gets brought up quite a bit, actually. He's actually married now, but like yeah.
Yeah, but you still cut his hair. He still has interest in you.
I was the girl that got away that he couldn't tie up and murder.
There you go. There you go.
That was my fear.
You'd have been on the 6 o'clock news.
I was like, what if I go missing? Like, yeah, no. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, there's just a lot of more of that shit that happens a lot lately, too.
Yeah, but word of advice, don't get really stoned and then go on a date with a stranger.
Everybody must get stoned.
Yeah.
That's why they call me.
Recommend it.
That's why they call me the Mighty Quinn. It's Bob Dylan. You ever heard of Bob Dylan? Everybody must get stoned. You've heard that song, Rainy Day Women, 10 and 35?
Yeah, okay. I was like, I thought Bob Dylan was a musician. And
he is.
But I'm on the same page. Page.
He wrote a song called The Mighty Quinn. And that's... My parents are hippies, too.
It's another full circle moment. That just so clicked.
Yeah. Yeah. As I tangent off, let's go back to dating apps.
No, I basically beat that horse to death.
I'm just so curious about them. It's not that I'm going there, but I actually built a stupid profile once just to see who was out there. It's like, all right, we live in this small town. I want to see who's available. And that backfired. That backfired in my face. That's not something you need to do.
I see all these success stories pop up around me, right? Like my sister met her boyfriend, love of her life.
Like Match.com.
I think Bumble.
Bumble.
And then my aunt met her new boyfriend on
Grindr?
I think it was what's the app that's meant to be deleted? WhatsApp? No.
No. It's like Yelp. No.
There's a commercial for it.
I've seen it. I don't really
pay attention.
It's on the
tip of my tongue.
Oh, yeah, I can't. I'm not Googling it.
Hinge. It's Hinge.
Yeah, and it deletes. So you pay your money.
I had to look at my phone because I do have it downloaded.
Nice.
But, so she has a successful relationship, and then my dad just met this very nice lady that I just met today, who I actually approve of because he has a tendency to I get my bad dating habits from my father for sure.
So does he date?
He'll agree with you.
Does he date girls your age?
No, he has a rule of thumb. It's half his age plus 7.
Plus 7. Half my age. 23. They have to be 30. Hey, that's good. That's a good model. Because I think my cutoff would have to be like 28 if I was dating.
That's my age. No, I'm 27.
You're 27, but my son is 28, and my daughter is 25, and so it's like, you can't
I think my dad is 57.
57. I'm 46. God damn, I'm old. This sucks getting old.
So
half
of 56 plus 7, and that's his free range of dating. But no, I mean, he just has been through the ringer with
35.
Quite literally, this is like clinically, mentally insane female. And so I approve of this lady today that I met, at least so far.
My daughter told me, if mom dies, you need to rebound quick, Dad. And I was like, oh, yeah?
Oh,
she's like, you need to have another to the funeral.
Like, oh, my God.
I laughed my ass off because that's her sense of humor. It's like, plus other.
You better get a backup, Quinn. You never know.
Well, it's funny because...
Never know what life's going to throw at you.
Yeah, it's funny because married men, I think, actually get to talk to women a little bit more because women actually feel secure that maybe he's not even looking, So they open up and talk a lot more. But as soon as they know you're single, it's like, they're gone, So
right, he's a predator. Run.
He's a predator. That fucking dog. Look at him.
God damn it. Fuck. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I think a lot of people like the dating app thing, but it's just not for me. Like, I know it works for a lot of people, and that's cool, but all the people that show up on my feed whenever I do get on are just like garbage and homely looking people. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe the algorithm is just like trying to show me what I didn't know I needed. I don't know.
I wonder if Angel's on
some
any
of the
dating apps right now.
Oh yeah, it's some of the bios some people put like under their names are like, I live with my mom and I like video games. Like, if you can't get with it, you can't get on it. And I'm just like, damn, you really like strike out with that shit, man? Like, you and your 5 cats and your video game chair, like,
hallelujah.
How many blow-up girlfriends do you have in your closet right now?
Hallelujah to that younger generation, because it makes the older guys look so much goddamn better out here.
It's scary. I guess maybe I'm just paranoid of being murdered someday. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird people. And the thing is like, if I had to start over, think of the fucking baggage that you have to deal with. It's like so much baggage. I'd be better off to go to younger generations because they're not carrying as much baggage as like somebody in their 40s. Now, I mean, I don't.
No. I'll just be single because I can. It's so much easier being single because you only have to deal with your emotions. You're the captain of your own ship.
And if you throw an OnlyFans account in there, fuck, you're making a lot of money.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's taking your money except, your kids. I don't know. It's just easier that way.
Did you ever get into the Becca Hayes time when these podcasts first started out? When Angel and the other side?
I have never met her, but I know of her.
I talked to her a few times and everything, and she doesn't talk to me anymore. But which is water under the bridge. Who cares? But Angel kept in pretty good contact with her for a little while. She had her OnlyFans, and she boasted on that how much fucking money she was making. I was like, damn, girl.
Good for her.
Yeah. If you got it, flaunt it. That's all I can say.
Yeah, well,
make the money off it.
If you have the confidence, or you know what? It's not even about confidence. In a lot of cases, it's about the hustle, right? Like, it's a hard time to be living right now for anybody. Shit. I don't care who you are. Finances suck.
Oh, yeah. It's not like you're hooking up with anybody. You're just going public pretty much. But for money, it's private. But you have a Patreon account. And
yeah.
I'm not that I've ever been on any Patreon accounts. I signed up for Patreon too, and then I thought, what the fuck am I doing? I can say whatever I want on my podcast. It's not like we're running around naked. Who the hell wants to see 2 guys at the time naked sitting on a podcast? Hey, 2 guys naked sitting at a bar. But
I thought you were going in a different direction, like 2 girls, 1 cup, and I was like, no,
2
stop
guys
right there.
2 guys, 1 beer can.
I don't even want to imagine what that might be. No, what that might entail.
But I did consider because the community that I live in was shunning my other co-host, and I love Cody to death, but they were shunning him because of his mouth. And I mean, that's Cody. That's who he is. That's the reason why I picked him as a co-host.
Shun him right back. That's the
oh yeah. So I thought,
shit.
Fuck it. If we put a Patreon account, he can go off all day. Maybe somebody will pay to listen to him.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get him back, and I was like, we'll do something like the Mighty Quinn restricted or no trespassing or something, some fucked up deal.
Yeah, no trespassing would be good.
Just let it fly, I mean, just say what's on your mind. My problem is I do filter myself a little bit. I don't, I'm not somebody, I can tease and have a good time and flirt. That's fun. And I think everybody should flirt no matter what in their life. I think that's an important thing. Once you lose that, I think you're a miserable fuck. But, for
me, it's the banter. It's the back and forth.
Oh, yeah. that is great. But when I don't want to get it too personal. It's for some reason. And I always thought that, hell, I'm a nasty thinking person. And that's what I need to do on my podcast is get out there and listen to my funny. And then all at once you're recording and you're like, Oh, I better not say shit like that. That will,
Yeah.
that'd be horrible.
Or I'm going to make more work for myself. I'm going to have to go back and cut it out later.
Yeah, and yeah,
no,
you
it's
do.
It's a fine line to walk. But for me, like, since I don't live in your small town, you stay filtered, and I'll say fuckity fuck and peace and love, guys.
Yeah.
Just love each other, okay? What's the point of, like, hating on Cody and, like, come on.
Oh, we love Cody.
Yeah.
We love Cody.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's gonna come back. The fucker's gonna come back. We're gonna start recording, and when he does, it's gonna be in all Patreon when we do that one. So yeah,
good.
but and maybe we'll kick this one out once a week. I hate doing fucking 2 podcasts a week. I'm not gonna lie.
It's hard.
I think I could go visit, but there's the recording and the putting the clips out. Social media is easy. That doesn't bug me, but sitting down for a few minutes and uploading fucking takes forever. And then once it's uploaded,
that is my least favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah, and
the whole process.
46 years old and I'm computer savvy right now. I'm doing pretty fucking good.
You should throw yourself a party. That's a big deal.
This is my 96th episode, and I'm almost to 100.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't even know what to fucking plan.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Hey, bless you, and what did they say in Spanish?
Salud.
Salud.
Yep,
salute.
My allergies have been quite awful. I think I'm a little allergic to my puppy dog.
Oh, keep him there. You'll get better. What kind of dog is he?
He's a pit bull Rottweiler mix, or she is. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Beautiful.
She's gonna be a big girl.
She.
Her name is Zany.
Zany.
I never knew I needed a dog.
Everybody needs a fucking dog.
I never grew up with dogs, so I never knew I was missing it, right?
They're so much better than cats. The cat that I got brings rabbits in the house dead.
She's giving you gifts.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, fucker. And he is that.
My cat does the same thing. My cat is amazing, though. Like, she's been declawed since I got her, and she still brings freaking birds to my door. It's kind of uncanny.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this? How do you're just a goddamn warrior.
Oh, yeah. Ours is, too. And my daughter took it from, it was a rescue in Salt Lake. And then when she moved out here, the place she was living, she couldn't have the cat. So I was like, he could come here. Just stay here. He's got room to run. And he thinks this is the greatest place in the world. He thinks he's a lion. He's out hunting and bringing us birds all the time. He's such an asshole. Milo. That's old Milo.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you listen to any punk music?
I do, yeah.
Milo from the Descendants.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, my son-in-law, he plays punk bands. He plays all over in Salt Lake. Liquid Joe's plays, yeah. So.
Right on.